Welcome to a special edition of the World Cup Brief, our definitive review of the 2026 World Cup. Spain are champions, but this was a tournament of shocks, farewells and unforgettable drama. Today we look back on all of it one last time.
Clutch the moment. Clutch brief.
First and above all, the champions. Spain are champions of the world, and deservedly so. They beat Argentina 1-0 after extra time in the final and went through the entire tournament unbeaten. The best team from first game to last, they now hold the European Championship and the World Cup at the same time. Their triumph was built on a fortress. Spain conceded barely a goal across the whole tournament, the meanest defence at the World Cup by a distance. Even Mbappe's France and Messi's Argentina could not find a way through. Control, discipline and ruthlessness from start to finish. And they won it as a team. Ferran Torres struck the goal that settled the final. Lamine Yamal lit up the tournament at 19. From the first 11 to the bench, Spain had match winners everywhere. A golden generation at the very peak of its powers. For Luis de la Fuente, doubted when he took the job, it is complete vindication. A European title and now the world. Spain are not just champions, they are the standard that everyone else must now try to reach. And it was no fluke. Spain went unbeaten from their opening game to the final whistle, barely conceding, and navigating every knockout tie with the same calm control. In a tournament of chaos, they were the one constant, utterly, ruthlessly dependable. With the trophy came the individual honours, and Spain took almost all of them. Spain did not just win the World Cup, they swept the individual awards too. In a sign of just how dominant they were, the biggest personal prizes of the tournament went almost all to La Roja, a collective triumph and a personal one all at once. Rodri was named the best player of the tournament, taking the golden ball, the metronome at the heart of Spain's midfield. 18-year-old Pau Cubarsí was the best young player, and Unai Simón behind that fortress claimed the golden glove, a Spanish clean sweep. The one big prize that escaped them was the Golden Boot. That went to Kylian Mbappe, the tournament's top scorer, who became the first male player ever to win it at 2 different World Cups, a record for the France captain in a tournament that got away. The team of the tournament told the same story, packed with Spanish and Argentine names. Pedro Porro, Rodri and Enzo Fernandez among the standouts, and in a lovely touch, a place for Cape Verde's goalkeeper Vozinha after their fairy tale run. Such was the impact of the young defender that some are already making a Ballon d'Or case for Pau Cubarsí, a World Cup and a league title in the same year, at just 18. It says everything about the astonishing depth of Spanish talent right now. But this tournament will be remembered as much for the giants who fell. For all Spain's dominance, this was a World Cup of shocks. Traditional giants tumbled, outsiders soared, and the group stage and knockouts served up upset after upset. Few tournaments have been quite so unpredictable outside of the very top of the tree. The biggest of them all, Norway at their first World Cup in decades, knocked out 5-time champions Brazil in the last 16. Erling Haaland was the destroyer-in-chief. For Vinicius, Neymar and Brazil, another World Cup dream ended early and painfully. And they kept coming. Both co-hosts, the United States and Canada, were eliminated. Ecuador stunned Germany in the group stage. From the opening week, this tournament tore up the script and reminded everyone why we love the drama of a World Cup. It made for a strange sight. For the first time in memory, the host nations were all gone well before the business end. The United States, Canada and Mexico all watching the climax from home. A tournament that belonged in the end to the outsiders and the giants alike. There were dreamers too. Morocco charmed the world again, and tiny Cape Verde went on a run that captured hearts everywhere. The magic of the World Cup has always been the underdog, and this tournament had them in abundance. And this was a tournament of goodbyes, of 2 legends above all. This was almost certainly the last World Cup for 2 of the greatest to ever play. Cristiano Ronaldo bowed out as Portugal fell, ending a glittering international career on the game's biggest stage. An era quietly came to a close. And then there was Lionel Messi, a defeated finalist this time, rather than the champion of 4 years ago. In what is surely his final World Cup, the fairy tale ending was not to be. But the memories he gave us one last time will last forever. Together, Messi and Ronaldo defined a generation of football, a rivalry that shaped 2 decades. To see them both, likely for the last time on this stage, was to watch the closing of an era. The game now belongs to those who come next. For everyone who grew up watching them, it was an emotional farewell. Thank you simply for everything. 2 players who gave the sport more joy than almost any before them. Football will not see their like again. The numbers barely do them justice. Messi, a world champion 4 years ago and a finalist now. Ronaldo with records that may stand forever. Between them, nearly 2 decades at the summit of the sport. We were lucky to watch them for as long as we did. Beyond the champions, the tournament gave us moments we will never forget. Every great World Cup is remembered for its moments, and this one gave us plenty. Wonder goals, late comebacks, and drama that had the world on the edge of its seat. From the group stage to the final whistle, it rarely stopped delivering. Argentina gave us the late drama. Julian Alvarez's extra-time screamer against Switzerland and a stunning stoppage-time comeback to break England's hearts in the semi-final. Time and again, the champions found a way until the very last hurdle. And who could forget the bronze match? England 6, France 4, a 10-goal thriller in Miami with Bukayo Saka scoring a hat-trick and earning a perfect 10. The game nobody wanted became one of the games of the tournament. There was fire too. England against Argentina reignited one of football's fiercest rivalries, complete with old ghosts, late flashpoints, and a nod to Maradona. Some things at a World Cup never change, and we would not have it any other way. And for a single moment above all others, look to Erling Haaland, tearing Brazil apart to send Norway through. A giant slain, an outsider soaring, and one of the great World Cup upsets. It was the moment the whole tournament caught fire. As 2 legends left, a new generation announced itself. If this tournament said goodbye to Messi and Ronaldo, it also introduced the players who will define the next decade. The torch, so long held by 2 men, has been passed to a thrilling new generation of talent. Leading them all, Yamal, a world champion at 19, fearless against the biggest names in the game, and now the face of football's future. In the duel of the generations, it was the young star who ended the tournament on top of the world. He is not alone. Pau Cubarsí, the best young player of the tournament at 18, anchors that Spanish defence for years to come. Around them, a wave of young talent from every corner of the globe. The future of the game looks very bright indeed. And it was not only Spain. Bukayo Saka came of age, young stars shone from England to France, and everywhere you looked, the next generation was ready to take over. This World Cup did not just crown a champion, it crowned a new era. Even Kylian Mbappé, still only in his 20s, is now among the senior figures leading the way. Below him, Yamal and a whole generation of teenagers are rising fast. The torch has been passed, and the game, clearly, is in the safest of hands. And so we reach the end. So that is the 2026 World Cup. Spain, the deserving champions, at the head of a tournament that gave us everything. Shocks and dreamers, farewells and new heroes, and drama from the first whistle to the last. A World Cup for the ages. Spain leave as champions and the team to beat. Messi and Ronaldo take their bow, and a new generation steps into the light. If this was the end of one era, it was the beginning of another. And what a way to mark the change. That is a wrap on the World Cup brief. Thank you for being with us through every twist of an unforgettable tournament, from the group stage to the final. It has been an absolute pleasure. Until the next one, take care and goodbye.